Hey everyone, I'm EJ Bantz. I'm a Salesforce consultant. I own a Salesforce practice, and I'm also a registered Salesforce partner. And this is just my update for Tuesday, May 5th. For my personal situation, I've stopped looking for another project. And this is because the project I'm currently on is being extended after all. So I don't have this rush to find something else by the end of the month. My next end of contract is actually going to be the end of July, so I've got time now. So I've reached out to people that I was currently working with and just let them know that, hey, this isn't going to work out after all. So for the current project, I can't really talk too much about it because I have an NDA in place, but I can say that it's a field service implementation. And if you don't know about field service, it's kind of neat. It basically adds work order capability and scheduling into Salesforce. It's kind of on top of what's already offered for Service Cloud. And it actually comes with its own mobile app too that works well offline. So if you're in areas that don't have data, it still does a good job of letting you edit records offline and then syncing them back up when you gain access. So that's my current situation. You've probably already heard Dreamforce is canceled this year, or I think what they're saying is reimagined. And I thought I'd try to share as much of what I know about it so far, or at least what they're shared with us. So it's not just Dreamforce that's canceled. Basically, when all the shutdowns started happening, they announced that they're really rethinking how they're going to do all of their conferences for the rest of the year. So the Tableau conferences, both here and in Europe, Trailhead DX in India, and yeah, all the world tours as well. So they don't really know what they're going to do yet, or they haven't shared with us what they're going to do. So I guess I'll let you know when we find out. So they are also saying that if you've already purchased your pass for one of those conferences, they will get those refunded. But if you've purchased things like airfare or hotel, and you haven't done that through their registration system, then obviously they don't really have an impact on whether or not that's going to be refunded. But you should start reaching out to the airlines and the hotels because most places have pretty generous refund policies these days. If you've already purchased a ticket, could you just apply it to next year? And the answer to that is no. If you're a partner, will any of the sponsorship fees be refunded? The answer to that is yes, and they're going to work through that as they work with their partners to get that resolved. So another question is, what's the plan for the future events? And it sounds like they do have things planned, but they're not quite ready to share it yet, and we should just stay tuned. They do have something that they're calling a Leading Through Change series, and I'll put a link to that in the description. But basically, they're just trying to put out as much online content as they can to keep people getting through this time. There's also a Be Well Together video series, and I'll put a link for that as well. And the last item from the FAQ is, will virtual events be recorded for viewing at a later time, or must a customer who has registered for the session attend at the designated time slot? So the answer to that is they are going to record as much of it as possible for on-demand viewing. So that's good for everyone. So that is all of the updates I have for today, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks. Have fun.